I'm a math tutor here at Wyzant, and I'm answering this question about factoring, pulling out the greatest common factor, or what we often just refer to as GCF, greatest common factor. I think the student here is reaching out for help primarily just because of the vocabulary in the problem. They're really not asking us to do very much, but the vocabulary may be unfamiliar. So this is a polynomial. It has two terms, and we want to pull out the greatest common factor, monomial factor, meaning the factor has to be a single term. So we have two terms here, and then rewrite the expression. So it's really not as bad as it looks. Let me start by okay, I have to pull this back. I'm sorry. And then I have to just format it a little better. And then we'll be ready to get started again. This happens sometimes on this platform. Okay. Okay, here we go. Back to normal. Okay. Okay, so let's get to work. Okay, so I'm going to start by rewriting this. This is 11xy squared. So this might also have been a problem for the student, maybe trying to figure out how to interpret this correctly. So 22 here, and then x squared y. Okay, so we want to just think about these terms. You see, there's a constant, an x, and a y, and then another constant, another x, and another y. So we want to set something up that's going to look like this. And we're going to bring out the greatest common factor for 11 and 22. That's how we start. That's going to be 11. The greatest common factor between 11 and 22 is 11. Now, over here, I don't have to put anything. I could put a 1 if I wanted, just to kind of as a placekeeper. But here I have to put a 2. Because when I distribute that 11, 11 times 1 is 11. And then 11 times 2 is 22. Now on the x, I want the greatest common factor for the x's. So there's an x and an x squared. So the best I can do here is x. And if I wanted to, I could put another 1 here for this x. You just distribute the x against the 1 and you're going to get x. But over here, I need an x because when I distribute the x against that x, I want to get x squared. And then the last one is the y. And here, I'm going to need a y because when I distribute this y against the first term here, I want a y squared. And then when I distribute the y against the second term, I don't want anything, just a y. And that's our answer. Now, most people would clean this up a little bit. They would say, oh, it's 11xy times y plus 2x. And you can check your work. Let me just change color. Just distribute. So 11xy times y is going to give me 11xy squared. And then 11xy times 2x is going to give me 2 times 11, which would be 22x squared y. And if you compare that to where we started, you could see we get the exact same thing. So it's a fairly easy question. It's the sort of thing you would do in Algebra 1. You got to get good at this because it's going to come up over and over again. But I think here, as I said at the beginning, I think the real issue is the vocabulary. Okay, so that's it for this one. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.